Hello, everyone. Welcome. So this is another live session. Basically, is your time to let me know what you need. How can I help you? Let me know which assets you want me to cover, to do some technical and fundamental analysis. And in general, any questions that you have, feel free to stick it on the comments box, and I will be able to reply during the live, basically. So, sorry. That's wrong tab. You should see my perfect my um so you should be able to see MetaTrader. Obviously we have euro dollar, that's why I wanted to start from euro dollar to be more precise. So it's mid of the week. It has been okay, it's a bit of a repetition. It feels like a bit of a boomerang again and again, the whole year actually. It has been volatile, you know that. Ups and downs, overbought assets, really extreme rallies. And a very good example, obviously, is gold, is stocks. That, especially gold, that it doesn't look that it's running out of steam anytime soon. But yeah, today, right now, actually, I'm gonna focus mainly on like brief you up with what happened so far this week, what is expected for the remainder of the week, and where we stand in general in the markets and the major assets, um, and with the interaction and with your questions, we're gonna try to cover as much as we can actually. However, just to highlight the reason why we don't have actually inflation, as you okay, I'm quite struggling with my cursor, but unfortunately, similar with NFP, inflation has been postponed. It has been transferred for tomorrow. It might be postponed again tomorrow. So who knows? Unfortunately, due to the shutdown of the US government, we cannot really have any correct due date, final due date for the key important data, for NFP more precisely, and inflation, because these are the most important data of the that we have in general every month, and they're quite useful because we're going to get an indication regarding the Fed next steps. So as long as these data have been postponed again and again and again, unfortunately, we have a bit of a darkness from data perspective. And actually the darkness that we have for data, um, it's what is it has been seen spreading globally. So what I mean by that, so the lack of US data adds to the sentiment, adds to the concerns, and in general, it could postpone or cloud the policymakers' decision elsewhere, outside US, like Japan, Europe, UK. So the fact that there is a lack of US data, it could affect policymakers in other countries as well. So it's this darkness is quite crucial. It's quite crucial. You need to understand that it doesn't affect only US dollar or US related assets. It could affect the globe. So because simply that leaves the analysts, the economists, in general market participants, financial institutions, banks, data blind. So they cannot evaluate the portfolio, they cannot change the portfolio, they're data blind, and this could boost the risk for a mistake. I'm not referring only to the market participants, as I said, though, other global officials, policymakers, Europe, ECB members, Bank of England members, Japan policymakers, and so on and so forth. So it's a serious, actually, it's really, really serious. And this is something that has been highlighted from Bank of Japan Governor Ueda, that it's a serious problem, because they don't have a fit regarding the US economic growth. Remember, US economy is the biggest economy in the world. Every asset is dollarized. So it's important for the other countries to have to get this data and to see how they could be affected in a local from a local perspective. So yeah, so let me see any questions or something that you wish to analyze. Hello everyone, welcome. Oh, that is bright. Okay, so okay, you wanted me to start from gold. Why not? Even though it's so straightforward lately. I mean, do I need to analyze it really? Really? I mean, it's one way. I know it looks a bit like stretch overbought because it's at the each edge of the Bollingers, but look at this momentum. Look this momentum. It's just keep rising. They all point upwards. All my moving average, my Bollingers is expanding. RSI is at 90, and there is no indication for a reversal, neither in the short term yet. RSI the same, stochastic the same. So momentum is there still for gold, because there is a lot of uncertainty. It reacts as a safe haven. Don't forget that. And this is what leads to gold rally. I mean, continues to make fresh record highs, and there is no indication that it will it has run out of steam. I mean, it's the trade jitters. Remember that on Friday night, Trump suddenly announced 100% tariffs again in China. So fear, panic, this is what it leads to gold boost. Also, shutdown. Again, another uncertainty, the shutdown. Data darkness, as we said earlier. So concern, panic, fear. Where traditionally the market shift into when there is a lot of uncertainty, obviously to the safe havens like gold. And this is something just for you to know that it's a negative correlation with oil. So oil in this case it's been under pressure, especially because of tariffs. But yeah. So overall, I don't think that there is anything else to say about gold in a daily basis. Still in a bullish outlook. Now let's zoom in to see what's going on intraday. Okay, let me start with the 1 hour chart. There is a higher high. It was in a form of a evening star formation, and I didn't notice that, to be honest. So okay, this decline. So evening stars formation. The moving average, my moving average, looking that they're ready to bearishly cross, but still stochastic is above 50. So I need further confirmation for this one in order to see whether it will at least retest the previous the 50 period moving average somewhere around 41.50, or whether it will find support just in the immediate support over here in the 20 period moving average at the 41.70. I'm going to zoom in further on the 30-minute chart just to get a sense of the correction, because this is just a correction. The overall outlook, as I said already, doesn't change. Okay, is still there. You have seen the momentum that I showed earlier. So let's see what's going on in the 30 minutes chart. I have my setup, my 5 and 9 exponential moving average. It has just crossed below the midline of the Bollingers. This candle needs another 12 minutes to go to close, so it's not done yet. But RSI had a really narrow bearish cross. Stochastic. RSI flirts with 50, hasn't crossed it yet. Let me be precise. But it seems that it's in a correction mode. So the next support level should be somewhere here. You see, the edge, the bottom of the Bollinger, but also the previous swing low. Okay. Let me also double check my okay, Heikenashi setup, but okay, red, green, red again, but still well above zero. So it seems, guys, yeah, that obviously there is further room on the upside. However, it's in a correction mode right now, so there is not a clear indication whether this candle will close over here and stop pushing higher. But nonetheless, if this candle closes below 41.89, there is another room, there is further room, a few points lower, down to 41.72. So if I put the 15 minutes chart on, sorry, yeah, so so that's nice. Yeah, there's further room on the downside. It was broken. We have moving average, bearishly cross, stochastic below the mid, RSI below 50. So yeah, further room on the downside apparently. But 41.72 is the next support level. Don't forget that is something that we have spotted earlier in a higher scale in the 1 hour chart. Only a move, a breakout, a confirmed breakout below 41.72. Let's round it up. Round it down, sorry, 41.70 could indicate that the asset could get down to 41.20 or even 41.40 territory. So, oops. But, oops. No, come on. Okay. But yeah, that's a very important area. Is what I said earlier. Is that 20 period moving average? Is that previous, you see, previous swing low? But also is the 38.2 Fibonacci level on this latest ABLEC. I mean, a short term. Now, because you know how much I love Heikenashis, I would like to check my Heikenashis as well. Let's do some 5 minutes analysis. Why not? Can someone tell me, this is a 5-minute chart on gold, 5 minutes chart on gold. What do you see? What do you see? Not what do you think? What do you see? What do you see, guys? Someone write me down. Write down below the comment box. Oh, sorry, Alfred. I forgot to. Yeah, you're right. It was quite busy. The previous one was quite busy. This is better, right? I'm from Ghana. Having challenging with my account approval. Okay. Have you tried to contact an agent, dear? We have a live chat as well. But don't leave the chat bot and proceed with talking to an actual agent. Okay. Guys, anyone, can you tell me what you see over here? It's a 5-minute chart for gold using Heiken-Ashi candles. Come on. No? Okay, I'm gonna tell you what you see. we are seeing a possible confirmation of another rounding top, which is a bearish candle, right? We had already, the asset has already broken this swing low, extends further on the downside, MACD turned negative, parabolic SAR are above the price, which is something bearish and far away from the price. All moving average point further on the downside. So that suggests that there is, in the 5-minute chart, further room on the downside with the next sorry for that, with the next support level at 41.73. And in the for anyone that's scalping or is 1-minute trader, there is still the body of this big candle over here closed at 41.83. We're just nearly there, so isn't worth it, but that's the very next one. And I would like to measure it as well, just out of curiosity, okay? I'm not gonna measure it from the tail, okay, because it's extreme. I don't really want to. That was a nice support over here, but resistance over here. So I'm trying to measure it because, sorry, I haven't placed it properly. That's the, okay. Just to see whether I have further support zone. So 1618 is at 41.68. So this is the support zone. So it seems that there is further room on the downside in the 5-minute chart. It's a 5-minute chart, guys. Be very careful. It's a very fast environment. I'm using Heiken Nash in a 5-minute chart. It has confirmed the breakout of the previous over here, this support level over here. It looks like a rounding top. Parabolics are negative. Moving average are all pointing further the downside. MACD has turned negative, so it seems that there is further room on the downside for the next few minutes. Of course, we're in a 5-minute chart, and as our analysis earlier show in the 1 hour using candlestick, Japanese candlesticks, the next support level is the 41.72.73 area, because it's also our 31.8 Fibonacci level. Look at that. 31.8 Fibonacci level. Look at that. 41.72.50, 73. Like the Heiken Nash setup. Confluence of the 30 coincides. This area coincides with 38.2 Fibonacci level, previous swing low, and the bottom of the Bollingers. So that's an important support level. And over here, we might see the asset reaching this area and then start finding some support and possibly rebound. Who knows? We need to wait and see. But what we can see right now is that the very, very short term 5-minute chart. Yeah. I'm not gonna say I'm not saying authority that it won't return on the upside. It will, because as we initially show, this is gold. I mean, it's been in a rally for for 2 years now. And if we just focus on August up to date, this is what you're seeing. Such a remarkable historical rally. Yeah, obviously the overall outlook is bullish. It's not running out of steam. Momentum is sweet and rising on the upside, increasing bullish bias. Obviously, in the medium and long term, bulls are in control. But I did some intraday analysis and scalping more precisely for our friends over here that they like 5 minutes or even 1 minute chart. That's why I have done the 5 minutes. Sorry. That's why I analyzed earlier the 5 minute chart, okay? overall direction is bullish indeed. This is just a tiny, tiny, tiny correction before another attempt on the downside, right? Also, useful will be the Fibonacci extension over here. Boom, boom. Next one, 2618. Okay, good, fair enough. So where's my stochastics? 533. Not a bullish cross yet. Okay. Ooh, sorry, that's the 1 minute. Very interesting. Now, guys, I'm gonna return back to gold later on just to see how it goes. But someone asked about dollar yen. So I saw a comment about dollar yen earlier. Yeah, sure. Okay, guys, I cannot allow to say what you need to do by yourself. I don't know your strategy. I don't know what kind of a trader you are. I'm not allowed anyway to give any investment advice. I'm just trying by describing and giving you some. I'm describing what I see, how I interpret the indicators. I'm trying to help you take your own decision, let's say, based on the type of a trader you are, the setup that you have, what assets you're trading, what time frames you're trading, and so on and so forth. I mean, you saw a daily was looking bullish. 5 minutes chart, if someone is a 5 minutes trader, it was looking bearish. So it depends what your style, your type of a trader, simply said. I mean, what kind of a trader you are, I cannot tell you because I don't know. I don't even know your balance. I mean, so yeah, through this via this live analysis, we're trying to give you different point of views just to help you either improve your existing setup and strategy, to help you understand. So at the end of the day, it's your call, it's your business, because trading is like a business. You need your plan, a business plan. You need to follow it. You need to correct it if you saw a mistake in order not to repeat the same mistakes again. You need to develop it. You need to improve it. Okay? So now, dollar yen, and obviously needs your emotional control as well, to control yourself, which is the most difficult thing to do. Okay, dollar yen. Okay, too busy, as someone said earlier. Sorry for that. I'm gonna simplify it. All these lines is because it's from the previous live analysis. I don't know whether if there was any one of you that participated in my last live streaming, but okay, I haven't done one last week, but it was the week before. But I was telling you about consolidation zone over here, and I was saying that if it breaks on the upside, that could lead to 153, 154, etc. And actually happened. So it's really to trade what you see. So where we are right now, basically, I'm gonna get rid some of them because some others are quite useful. Okay, so this is using Heiken Ashi. I'm gonna flip it later on. I'm gonna change it later on using Japanese candlesticks. Okay, Heiken Ashi daily. Heiken Ashi are perfect for any time frame. Okay, so what we can see is that we had a nice rally for 4 consecutive days in a row, but the last 3 days we end up with really dodgy candles. Okay, today's session is not over, so it's not a confirmed candle over here, but there is a fall. Okay, so what that means, it means that right now, in regards to the overall outlook, to the daily outlook, medium term outlook, right now there is no indication for a rebound to the upside. Okay, there is no indication for a continuation of this uptrend. So what you need to be very careful about right now is to see whether today or tomorrow or on Friday, who knows, whether you will see a daily candle closing below this zone, this block over here, or above it, because this will be your chance to enter on the direction of the trend, right? Because a break above 153.25, which was our ceiling, could open the doors to 155, 157, even 160, depends on the momentum. While a move below this block could suggest the return back to this zone over here. So that means back to 149.50 and 149 area for the time being. So that's the overall analysis for dollar yen. Let's now zoom into the intraday basis. So sorry for that, just a second. Give me a second. Okay. So I'm not quite sure. I have the feeling that it looks like an Elliott wave. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My only concern is that the fifth wave shouldn't be lengthier than the third. So let's leave it there. And that's supposed to be A, B, C. But okay, just food for thought. So I'm gonna just focus on what I've seen since yesterday. Does it look like a channel? Not perfect channel, but not bad, right? Not bad. Look at that. 1 hour chart, dollar yen 1 hour chart using Hakenashi is looking that is moving in a channel since, oops, sorry. Fix this a bit. Much better. Perfect. So it's looking that it's moving in a channel since yesterday morning. Currently, it tries to break above it. And break above it doesn't necessarily mean a rebound, but it it could mean, if of course we see this candle at the top of the hour, so in 24 minutes from now, indeed closing above the channel, it could indicate a possible retest of the previous swing high, so 151.85 level, but still not quite convinced because RSI has flattened, so it seems that this move is a bit limited. Let me see the 30 minutes chart. Okay, the new tail is below the previous. RSI is still flat. A bit skeptical. Keep monitoring the dollar yen, okay? Again, this was a 1 hour and 30 minutes analysis. The overall outlook is neutral for now, so we need to keep an eye on a potential move below 151 or above 153 during the rest of the week. What else? Pound New Zealand. Or actually, where's my friend? Where's the position, my friend? Where's it? Okay, here it is. Perfect. Bitcoin. Are you happy with Bitcoin, my dear friend? Because I know that you are a crypto trader mainly. So it's been a beautiful, volatile market lately, right? Tricky, but nice. Hopefully you are happy with your setup and strategy, and you have been successful. So as you might already seen, guys, actually I'm gonna put the Japanese candlestick just to have a sense of what we are seeing, in the Bitcoin. So we have seen a significant sell-off, correction. I'm gonna call it correction because we don't know. It's a sell-off, obviously, but we cannot really tell whether it will be sustained or not. For the time being, it's still above. I mean, if I try to connect as many lows as I can, exclude this one, obviously, but we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, so that's fine. So I cannot tell whether it's a reversal signal yet because it's still above this trend line, which it's a nice support level. But of course, we have seen the reversal of all the gains that we have seen the last actually 1, 2 weeks ago. I mean, it's like a rounding top again. Up, down. Will it break it? Who knows? But the break of the trend line could open the doors to 106,900. Previous low, you see? Previous swing low, but also my second support based on pivot point analysis. And if the sell-off continues, then okay, third support is suggests that it's around 10300s, but to be honest, because of this repeated bottom over here, I believe this is a much better support level. If and only if we have a confirmed breakout, a significant sell-off below the trend line. So we don't need just a breakout, we need also the consecutive daily candles to keep posting lower lows and lower highs. Okay, RSI is below 50, but the slope is not sharp. So sorry, I'm gonna get rid of stochastic because it's my fast moving average. So the slope is not significant. If I connect the lows, these two lows over here, so it's still above it. So have you seen what I tried to do? I connect this one with this one, try it at least. So still above it. So RSI, even though it points downwards, the slope is not as sharp as it should, in order to suggest that there is a really high risk for a big sell-off down to 106,900 or even 105k or 100,000. So yeah, so it's a significant sell-off for sure. Okay, so you see how big this candle are. The moving average, I keep pointing downwards, but let me, by the way, I'm gonna, let me just where is it? I would like to try something. So we're doing still a daily analysis. Sorry for that. So just to see where we stand. So I connected this. So swing high, swing low, swing high. This is how you should use Fibonacci extensions. So Okay, obviously broken that one, broken that one. It hasn't broken this one yet. So that's the support level, the immediate support level. So, okay, that's quite nice because for anyone that is trading in a intraday, oops, come on. It's nearly there, but hasn't break it yet. In order to open the doors to 110,000, 110,000 territory. Yeah, so let's say with the intraday, 15 minutes chart, why not? Down, 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 nice and beautiful. It broke this area, this zone over here. One fractal, second fractal, third fractal. It used to be a nice immediate support level since yesterday afternoon. It break below it the last 15 minutes. Moving average are keep pointing downwards. So it seems that there is further room on the downside intraday as well in the very, very, very short time frame. Flash crash ended my previous trade. I did follow your original look and all my trade closed at around not bad. Bravo, Zibusiso. I hope day after day you get better with your setup and you amend your setup and your approach and everything at the end um, could end up wonderful for you. So 120. You're referring, I guess you're referring to. Wait, I'm confused over here. No one. Keep it up. I saw your question just now. Sorry. Keep it up. No one defines, but Alfred was correct. Too many, it gets too messy, and you end up getting confused. I mean, it was my bad for keeping so many indicators in. It's good to use like no, I mean, okay, you can use 3, 4, but not more than that, okay? Because it gets too messy. You get confused. This is just the main reason. XRP. Just a second. I would like to see my beautiful Haikenashi. Down, 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 down. It looks a bit limited though. Identical tails, but parabolic star is still far away, so there is room. The tails are identical or nearby, but this is looking that there is the distance from the parabolic star, the stochastics, the moving average suggests that in the very, very short time from such as a 15 minutes chart, there is still further room on the downside. If you are already in a trade, an exit point could be a bullish candle or a doji candle that will confirm consolidation. Sorry, show all. In gold, you mean? Guys, I have already covered gold, but let's get back to it because you keep asking about it. But anyway, don't worry about it because we have spent a lot of time on gold, and the live will stay in our YouTube channel, so you can drag and drop your cursor and see all the analysis about gold. So where is my gold analysis that we have done earlier? Oh, here it is. Then we had some lines on. I am delusional. Sorry. Okay. So, yeah. Okay. That was our analysis earlier. It was a 5 minutes chart. Nearly there. Nearly. Come on. So nearly there. You see, 261, just a few points higher, but now it's like steady. So it seems that it has found the support that it needed. That's a 5 minute chart, though. Wait, okay, wait. That's a 5 minute chart. I'm not saying that it won't retest the 41.73, because what I see, it was a temporary limited rebound, didn't last it. The exact next 5 minute session, it was doji, and now it's trying to push lower again. So that doesn't necessarily mean that the asset doesn't have further room on the downside. Yeah, so um, let's see, down, down, down. Yeah, okay. Uh, Sorry, Ari, what's the 1Q? Sorry, is it a nickname for an asset that I didn't know about? Or are you referring to Nasdaq? Nasdaq is Nasdaq? Oh, Nasdaq. This is not okay. It's Nasdaq basically. You're referring to Nasdaq, right? I'm not familiar with these names, so that's why the trademarks or I'm usually saying Nasdaq, I say USA 100 and so on and so forth. So I guess you're referring to Nasdaq. So let me double check whether I forgot anything. Yeah, I noticed it was so you are referring to repo. Don't worry about it. I noticed that. Yeah. Uh, wait. So Nasdaq. Let's do Nasdaq for Ari because stocks. I mean, there are. I mean, the markets provide so many trading opportunities this year that you have always somewhere to focus on. Okay, I know this looks really weird. Hold on, okay. It's just I had a demonstration on multiple Bollingers, that's why it looks like that. So I'm gonna get back my setup like it's used to be. Okay, proper Japanese candlesticks. Perfect. Consolidating thing for 3 days in a row after this huge sell-off that we have seen on Friday. So 24,847. I'm gonna get rid of stochastic because it's my short-term moving average over here. So okay, guys, let me see. So obviously, okay, there are a lot of discussions regarding overstretch equity market, but you need, as we keep saying, you need to keep an eye on what you see and not what has been in the headlines from a lot of people. Obviously, the market is still overstretched. It's a bit overstretched. However, the momentum is still quite neutral to positive. So if I focus on the 1 hour chart, okay, let's see what's going on after this big sell-off. We have seen the asset reverting more than 50% of the losses, as you can see. All right, so actually it should be, let me measure it just to be precise. Yeah, actually it's way it's more than, it's nearly 70%. However, look at that. So we have a nice ceiling over here that used to be resistance level as well. Look at that. You see, it used to be a nice support level, and now it has shifted into resistance level. So it would be very important to keep an eye on a confirmed breakout above it or a reversal sign, something like that, bullish, doji, bearish, confirming a reversal. So keep an eye on the next few sessions, especially as we enter the US session, for either a confirmed breakout. Remember, the candles needs to be fully completed, wait for confirmation. So either on the upside or a reversal on the downside. The RSI has flattened a bit. The slope is a bit weird, so it might be a limited move. So we might indeed see a reversal, but we cannot really tell yet. So I'm gonna try and let me just just a second. Gonna use my stochastics as well. Okay, so overbought hasn't crossed the overbought, below the overbought territory yet. So it's a bit flat. It points on the right hand side. So what that means is that we're not getting any breakout yet, at least, but we might see a bit of a consolidation. So let's wait and see. So Nasdaq for the time being struggled to extend above 24,860 territory. It used to be a nice immediate support level. Now it has turned into resistance. It's slightly below the first resistance of the day as well, based on the pivot point analysis. So keep an eye on it. Be a bit patient, because in the next few hours we might see a breakout or a reversal similar to this one, and so on and so forth. So keep an eye on it, because everything looks a bit narrow. I mean, neither the slope of the moving average is quite aggressive, neither RSI, neither stochastic. The point on the left hand side, they are quite steady, flat. So it suggests that there is not enough room. I mean, there is not enough push on the upside, the bullish momentum. So let's wait and see. Overall, though, as I said, it managed to cover the majority of the losses that we have seen, but it's consolidating for the last 3 days in a row. Now, what else? I'm sure that I left it. Pound New Zealand. Interesting. I haven't seen Pound New Zealand for ages, actually. But why not? Let's see. Okay, dear. It's Joram. Seems that in general, since August, so actually there is a strong correlation between Pound New Zealand and Pound Oz with gold. There is a positive correlation with gold for Pound New Zealand and Pound Australian dollar. So we are seeing a similar, very, very similar performance like gold. Look at that. Consolidation from March up to end of July, with this as an exception, and from August onwards, a rally, an upwards channel. So there is a strong correlation between Pound New Zealand, Pound Oz, and gold. So overall, it looks it's in a positive outlook. There is a nice channel, actually. Let me just fix it a bit. No. Sorry for that. Just a second. It's too wide and don't like it. So I'm gonna change the settings and detect the deviation. 5? No, neither that. I'm gonna keep 2 channels. Yes, this will help me having actually, you see, right now using 2 channels, I have a resistance zone and a support zone. So it's trying to cross above the midline. So yeah, lower tail since yesterday's high Kanashi. So it lacks of it needs further boost on the upside. So it was a bit limited basically. You see, it was, if I just focus on the 4-hour chart, you see, okay, yeah, indeed, consolidation. Retested once, retested twice, retested 3 times, didn't manage to hold. However, it's consolidating and like fluctuates around the midline, but really dodgy indecisive candles. So the overall outlook is indeed positive. Intraday though, neutral, sideways. Okay, sideways. Sorry, I'm trying to go through all the questions to make sure that I haven't missed anything. We've seen dollar yen, we've seen pound, we've seen gold, we've seen Nasdaq. JP Morgan. Oh, so you are a stock trader, Ari. Okay. Just by the way, you probably know, but earnings season started, so it's key. It's important to keep an eye on the earnings season. Even if you're not trading stocks, you need to be aware of it because this will affect obviously Nasdaq, Dow Jones, U.S. indices in general, and the U.S. related assets in general. So, if I'm not mistaken, let me just. Actually, JP Morgan announced announced already, if I'm not mistaken, their estimates and their sales for the third quarter, and that was something that happened yesterday. And today we're gonna have Goldman Sachs as well. So let's see JP Morgan. Hopefully I have it in this demo account. What else? Let me just see what you have asked for, dear Morgan. Let me see. No, I'm afraid. Ari, I'm afraid I cannot analyze Fidelity because we don't offer it as a stock. That's why. But what I can tell you, yeah, we don't. Yeah, I don't remember it even, so shouldn't be there. So, okay, the JP Morgan is still it hasn't opened yet, but let's do JP Morgan, okay? Yeah, okay. So I lost a bit my. So okay, we have JP Morgan. Obviously, the US market has not opened yet, so will open soon. It's 30 minutes time, so not far away. And we have seen today, just earlier. I mean, it was an hour ago, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not quite sure, but we had in general a really strong third quarter earnings. So quite strong reports indeed. However, what struggles me is the fact that the pre-market, if you check online, maybe even in Google Finance, you see that the um, pre-market performance is negative. So so it was 1.91% since the US close, and currently at 0.90. So regardless of the really strong sorry earnings season, the JP Morgan seems that pre-market it has have seen, actually it has seen a slipping more than 1% lower. And actually yesterday night it closed in red, relatively in red if we consider the whole day. So, however, the earnings should support the stock in I mean, as soon as the US market opens. Right now, is at suggests a 0.90% rally pre-market. So yeah, uh, in general, we have been on the upside. It's in a nice upwards trend since, actually it goes further before it's been in an upwards channel since May, rallying. So here we go, nice support level over here. Here actually is a much better one. More than 12% year over year profit increase. So in general, a really strong performance being driven, and that's why we have seen the year, the second quarter being really successful, and the first actually, yeah, second quarter to be really, really positive. Now, however, regards to the strong, as I said, earnings, unfortunately, we have so far today we are outside the channel from a technical perspective. The momentum is declining, so that raises the questions whether we're gonna see the overall outlook changing because of overbought conditions, and because of tariffs, because um, of Trump administration as well. But there are some things like tax in Trump administration that actually support the individual companies, and in general in the individual in general the corporate sector. Sorry. So in general, JP Morgan well performed over the year. Still, I've seen um, I've seen in the morning Goldman Sachs actually lifting its price target for JP Morgan to 366. However, guys, we need to see a rebound. We need to see this channel to be sustained. We need to see the asset reverting back within the channel, and we need to see at least a return above 320 level. No, sorry, my bad. Yeah, 312 and 312 and 320, in order to suggest that the rally will continue and we could eventually, the asset could breach 340, 350, or even 366, like Goldman Sachs suggested. So this is in the medium and long term. That's a very nice insights there. You are an investor in US stocks, fair enough. You trade in the US session in Wall Street, Bank of America, Citigroup. Goldman Sachs is up in the free market now. US Bank have good financial statements now. Yeah, I mean, obviously the statements could support indeed, and in general and a strong earnings season this quarter will provide further support in general to the banking sector, to the tech sector as well. So this could strengthen further the overall outlook indeed. I'm a day trader only if stop plus. What do you mean stop plus? I'm not quite get it. So you are also a trader as well. Nice. That's nice. So you are having more a long-term approach, I guess, as an investor, obviously. And what kind of a day trader you are? Are you a scalper? Are you what kind of uh, what kind of a trader you are in regards to trading, obviously? Um, So, guys, we've been live for more than an hour now. We're running out of steam a bit. So it's a final call for questions. Um, yeah, and I'm gonna call it a date if there are no further questions. Uh, so just to okay. Breaking news: Morgan Stanley stock traders beat Goldman Sachs in record quarter. So we have, okay, the headlines from the headlines are keep coming. Morgan Stanley stock traders saw past expectations in the third quarter. So Morgan Stanley as well. Did you mention that, Arvi? Yeah. Okay, interesting. Okay, so let me just check for any further news, something that I might have missed during my live analysis. Let me check my news feed. So, JP Morgan joins Goldman in selling high grade bonds post earnings. HSBC. Let me check. So, what if Palantir is in Nvidia? What's the question, dear? Thank you, but I don't feel that I'm really. I'm not really proud of my English, but thank you. What about Palantir and Nvidia? I don't quite get it. The correlation, you're referring to the correlation that we've seen lately. So saying that you need to sell the one and buy the other and vice versa. So um, hmm, I haven't investigated further, to be honest, so I cannot quite tell. So I don't really know, to be honest. Um, so indeed, this they're both right, really really strong companies. But Nvidia is still a trillion market cap company. I mean, it's been it has another remarkable rally so far this year. AI based. I mean, it's still. I mean, they are both really, really competitive, and they are technology advanced. But Nvidia, in regards to market cap, is still on top. But to be honest, I haven't investigated further in order to get it more in depth, to see their reports, to see their upcoming projects. So I won't be useful, to be honest. Um, uh, uh, but definitely really really strong contenders in AI space for sure. Um, Oh, hmm. You mean the new tariffs on Friday? It was just a statement without an implementation yet. So let's wait and see. Guys, I'm gonna call it a date. Thank you very much for attending. Very, very briefly, gold for the day, it has been a bit, I mean, in the short term, it had suffered some losses, but as you can see, quickly reverted already. So gold rebounded. In general, dollar remains one of the lowest, if not the lowest asset in so far today. Dollar yen, really interesting. Euro dollar as well. So we have the indices as well are higher for the day. What else? So, as we said, data darkness. Unfortunately, there is no clear sign yet when they're gonna publish them. So keep an eye on the headlines. Keep an eye on the news. Your news feed. Let's wait and see. Let's wait and see. Thank you very much. Have a great day ahead. Take care and see you next time. Thank you very much. Bye bye.